Beloved chosen one, heaven paused tonight because of one sound, your yes. The very moment your heart surrendered, the earth stood still for a breath, and two angels began their descent. You have no idea what your obedience just unlocked in the unseen realm. Every whisper, every tear, every silent battle in the dark has been building toward this moment. You said yes, and eternity heard you. The heavens wrote your name again in flame, not as a wanderer, but as a vessel chosen for divine fire. You were never just surviving those nights when you thought no one saw. God saw. Heaven watched. The angels waited for this single act of surrender. For so long you have been asking, Lord, when, and heaven was waiting to answer. Now, you have entered the hour where hesitation ends and obedience begins. You are standing between what was and what will be, and the atmosphere of your life just shifted. Listen carefully, for this is not coincidence, this is divine orchestration. Heaven has dispatched two messengers, radiant and terrible in their beauty, sent to guard, guide, and ignite what God placed inside of you. One stands at your right, holding peace that cannot be shaken. The other stands at your left, holding fire that will never be quenched. They come because you finally said yes, not to a feeling, but to a calling. You did not choose this path. It chose you before the foundations of the world. It is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways, and that promise is breathing over you now. You may not see them, but they are here, two beings of light positioned to walk beside you into your divine next. You have wrestled long enough with fear, doubt, and delay. Every time you almost gave up, heaven whispered, not yet. Every heartbreak was not rejection, it was redirection. Every closed door was not punishment, it was preservation. God was shaping your yes into a weapon. Your obedience now terrifies hell. That is why the warfare was so heavy before this moment. Darkness always screams loudest right before the dawn breaks. Chosen one, hear this with your spirit, you are entering a new atmosphere. Old burdens will not follow you. The air around you is charged with new instructions, new authority, and divine assistance. These two angels are not coming to impress you. They are coming to align you. Heaven has begun construction around your destiny, and your yes was the blueprint. Do not return to the silence of doubt. Do not explain your obedience to those who never heard your call. This moment is sacred. Your yes is holy. You have shifted dimensions tonight, and all of heaven celebrates your awakening. If you feel this stirring, if something inside of you knows this is for you, pause right now. Acknowledge heaven's visitation. Like, share, and comment to seal this divine moment. Subscribe so you will not miss what heaven is about to release next, because your journey has only begun. Type the prophetic number 1111 in the comments to mark your alignment, the number of divine awakening and angelic movement. Chosen one, before the angels descended, there were years of silence that felt endless, years where heaven seemed far away and your prayers echoed into emptiness. But those years were not wasted. They were the hidden chapters of your preparation. Every unanswered prayer was a seed buried deep, not forgotten. God was not ignoring you, He was building you. He was teaching your spirit to trust when nothing made sense. The silence was not punishment, it was the language of formation. You asked, "Where are you?" God in the heavens whispered back, "I'm closer than your breath." But the human heart, in its longing, cannot always hear quiet answers. So you waited, you endured, you pressed forward through confusion and through pain. Every sleepless night, every tear on the pillow became part of a sacred record. proof that you were faithful even in the dark. In those hidden years, you learned endurance. You learned that faith is not proven in the spotlight, but in the shadows. Heaven does not rush destiny. It refines it. You had to be broken to carry what you're about to hold. And though you didn't see it, angels stood in the corners of those lonely rooms, recording every cry, collecting every tear. What you thought was silence was actually strategy. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 15. In quietness and in trust shall be your strength. Those words were not just written for a generation long gone, they were breathed for you. Heaven knew your struggle, but silence was its chosen instrument of transformation. Every great calling is preceded by a season of hiddenness. Even the prophets walked through deserts before they carried messages that shook kingdoms. You were not forgotten, you were being forged. The waiting taught you to discern God's whisper amid the world's noise. It stripped away your dependence on validation and applause. It prepared your spirit to hear heaven clearly, without distortion. When others were running ahead, you were held back not because you were weak, but because you were chosen for something that required deeper roots. Quick growth produces shallow fruit, but slow cultivation produces eternal impact. Heaven invested time into your becoming. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment was heaven's way of shaping you into a vessel that would not break under glory. Chosen one, think back on those quiet moments. You wondered why God didn't open doors. Now you understand it wasn't time yet. The silence preserved you from walking into places you were not equipped to sustain. Heaven's timing is protection dressed as delay. And now that you have said yes, those years have matured into strength. You no longer beg for answers. You walk with revelation. You no longer seek signs. You carry presence. The angels who now walk beside you were watching all along. They saw you when you thought no one cared. They heard your whispered prayers, the ones you barely believed anymore. And when you whispered yes, it was not the beginning of something new, it was the unveiling of something long prepared. The waiting season was your classroom, and now the test is over. You carry wisdom that only pain could teach. You walk with authority that only surrender could birth. Heaven trusted you enough to make you wait, and now heaven rewards you by releasing manifestation. Do not despise the silent years. They were sacred, necessary, and divine. They built in you what miracles alone could never give: endurance, faith, and intimacy with the one who speaks even in stillness. The silence was never empty. It was full of God, chosen one. The sound of surrender is not a whisper, it is thunder in the spirit. When your lips released that simple word yes, all of heaven trembled with recognition. Your obedience sent shockwaves through the unseen world. It was not just a personal decision. It was a declaration of war against everything that ever tried to silence you. The sound of surrender carries authority. It pierces through darkness and announces, "This vessel now belongs fully to God." In that sacred moment, every chain that held you trembled. Your surrender did what strength could not. You stopped fighting for control and started yielding to purpose. That single act gave heaven legal access to move in your life in ways you could never imagine. What you call surrender, heaven calls partnership. The two angels assigned to you heard the echo of your yes and responded immediately. They knew the sound of faith when they heard it. The Apostle James wrote in his letter, chapter 4, verse 7, "Submit yourselves, then, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." Submission is not weakness, it is divine alignment. When you yield, the enemy loses all authority over your atmosphere. Your surrender was not the end of freedom, it was the beginning of power. Many struggle because they mistake surrender for loss. But you, chosen one, have learned the secret. The only way to win the war is to lay down the sword of self. Heaven does not respond to pride. It responds to yielded hearts. You are being taught to trust without knowing the outcome, to follow even when the map disappears, to believe even when silence still lingers. Your surrender was a song the angels could hear. It vibrated through the corridors of heaven, and God Himself said, "Now, move." Every no you received before this moment was waiting for this yes. And the moment it came, divine order began to unfold around you. What seemed random is now revealing its design. What once confused you now begins to make sense. Heaven's timing has synced with your obedience, and nothing will ever be the same again. You will notice subtle shifts in your days, the atmosphere lighter, your discernment sharper. Peace beginning to rest where anxiety once ruled. This is not imagination. It is the fruit of surrender. The angels around you now guard this peace fiercely because it came at a cost. You learned what few ever do, that power flows through yielded hearts. Chosen one, take this as confirmation you have crossed over into a new dimension of authority. Your yes did not go unnoticed. Heaven heard it, hell felt it, and the earth will soon see it. Continue walking in that stillness, that reverent awareness of divine purpose. The same God who called you to surrender will also sustain you through every step of obedience. Now, if this resonates in your spirit, if you can feel the shift that comes after the yes, then declare it boldly below, "I surrender." Type those words not as a ritual, but as a prophetic act. When you write them, it's not just a comment, it's a covenant. It tells heaven you are still willing, still trusting, still aligned. Every time you say it, the sound of surrender reverberates again, and angels respond. Chosen one. When heaven sends angels, it is never without purpose. Every divine messenger carries an assignment, and the two sent to you are not symbolic, they are strategic. Their arrival marks the beginning of divine partnership, the manifestation of promises once spoken in secret. Heaven has recognized that the time of isolation is over, and now the realm of glory moves closer to you. These angels are not just protectors, they are carriers of divine order. The first walks with calmness in his steps, his presence silencing fear and confusion. Wherever he goes, storms lose their voice. The second burns with living flame, his eyes reflecting the fire of God's holiness. He comes not to comfort, but to ignite, to awaken what has been sleeping in you for far too long. One brings peace that steadies, the other brings fire that transforms. The apostle wrote in the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 14, "Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation?" Those words are unfolding around you now. These angels are not distant myths, they are active agents of heaven's will, dispatched at the moment your yes touched eternity. They move quietly, unseen yet unmistakable. You may feel their nearness in moments of sudden peace or warmth in your spirit, a reminder that you are not walking alone anymore. Heaven has doubled your guard because your assignment has multiplied. The greater the calling, the heavier the opposition, and so heaven has matched your weight in purpose with strength in protection. The first angel, the one of peace, will often whisper stillness when chaos rises. He carries authority over anxiety. His presence restores clarity in moments where fear tries to distort your vision. He guards your mind, covering you in divine calm. You may sense his influence when your heart chooses rest over panic, or when you suddenly know that God is near, even without words. The second angel, the one of fire, carries holy urgency. His arrival announces change. Where he moves, stagnation dies, He is drawn to obedience and empowered by purity. His flame will not consume you, it will refine you. Under his watch, compromise cannot survive. He burns away distraction and awakens courage. When you feel sudden conviction or fresh boldness to act on God's word, that is his fire moving within your spirit. Together, they represent heaven's perfect balance, peace and fire, rest and movement, stillness and passion. One teaches you to abide, the other calls you to advance. Heaven never sends fire without peace, nor peace without fire. You are being trained to carry both, to walk gently yet powerfully, to move boldly yet humbly. Chosen one. Understand this: angels are not to be worshipped or feared. They are servants of the same God you serve. They move only by his command. Their loyalty is to his word, not human emotion. That is why they come only when heaven authorizes them, never by accident. You did not summon them, your obedience did. And now, as they stand beside you, your spiritual atmosphere is shifting. Old patterns of defeat are breaking. Where confusion reigned, clarity begins to settle. Where fear once whispered, faith now roars. The unseen has become aligned with the seen. The heavens have responded to your obedience, and divine order now surrounds your life. This is not imagination. It is activation. Every faithful yes releases movement in the spirit. Every step forward summons guidance you cannot see. The two angels who walk with you are signs that heaven has invested its resources into your destiny. You are not walking toward purpose, you are walking with purpose beside you. Chosen one, heaven has written your name in its records tonight. The moment you said yes, a page turned in eternity, and your obedience became part of heaven's story. You may not see it, but right now there is light surrounding you, an unseen acknowledgement from the throne. God has taken notice, your faith has been marked, and your journey now carries divine weight. This is what it means when Scripture speaks of reward, not wealth or applause, but the awareness that heaven sees you. Every act of obedience, every quiet surrender, every prayer whispered through tears, they are all counted. Nothing is wasted when offered to God. You are living proof that faith still moves mountains and that surrender still opens doors no man can shut. The sacred text says in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 21, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many." These are not words for someone distant in time, they are for you. Now, you have been faithful in the hidden places, and now heaven begins to trust you with greater things. Chosen one, imagine this moment as a seed being planted in holy soil. Each time you believe, share, or act on faith, that seed grows deeper roots. When you press the like button, it's as though you're lighting a small candle on heaven's altar, a quiet flame that says, "I agree with this truth." When you share this message, it's like releasing a dove into the wind, carrying peace and revelation to someone you may never meet but who desperately needs this word. And when you subscribe, it's as if you're stepping into the garden of continual rain, remaining close to the flow of divine words that will water your faith again and again. Now, let's speak softly about something sacred: giving. Not as a demand, but as worship. When you give or donate, see it not as losing something, but as planting a tree whose shade will comfort others. Every seed you sow becomes part of a forest of light that shelters the weary. It is never required, never forced. It is simply the overflow of gratitude. Your donation becomes a ripple in the river of mercy, reaching hearts you may never see, but heaven will. The two angels beside you smile when generosity flows. For giving is not about money, it's about trust. Every act of love extends the reach of this message, ensuring that another soul lost in the night might hear. You are chosen too. Chosen one. If this message found you at the right moment, take a deep breath. Feel the peace that now fills the room around you, and like, share, and subscribe not as routine gestures but as sacred movements, each one a whisper of faith that says, keep the flame burning. And if your heart stirs to give, do it the way rain gives itself to the earth, quietly, freely, joyfully. Heaven smiles on every offering born of gratitude. Your yes opened the door, and your kindness keeps the fire burning. Chosen one, you have carried so much weight that was never meant to stay on your shoulders. You have wrestled with unseen storms, cried silent tears that no one knew about, and still, you never let go of hope. Heaven has seen it all. And now, the first of the two angels steps forward. His presence feels like sunlight breaking through the fog. He comes not with thunder, but with stillness. His gift is peace, the kind that settles storms without speaking a word. This angel carries the weight of glory, not as a burden but as a gentle covering. When he enters, anxiety trembles, fear dissolves, and your heart remembers what safety feels like. He does not speak much. His language is calm. He walks with you into rooms filled with confusion and quietly restores order. You will notice his nearness in the moments when you should be overwhelmed but instead feel strangely steady. That is no accident. That is peace taking form. The Apostle Paul wrote to the Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. This peace is not the absence of chaos, it is the presence of heaven in the middle of it. It's not about escaping storms, it's about walking through them untouched. The first angel does not remove the waves, he reminds you that Jesus still walks on them. Chosen one, this is the peace you prayed for, the peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. The peace that anchors your spirit even when the world shakes. It is not fragile, it is fierce. It protects you from drowning in thoughts that do not belong to you. Heaven has assigned this angel to make sure your mind is not a battlefield anymore, but a sanctuary. You may notice subtle signs: your breath slows, your heart steadies, your thoughts become clear. It is not you growing stronger. It is heaven settling inside you. This peace will not make you passive, it will make you powerful. When your spirit is calm, you can hear God's next instruction clearly. When fear no longer rules, faith begins to lead. Let this peace sink deep. It is both shield and song, shield against worry, song against despair. The world teaches survival, but heaven teaches rest. That rest is your inheritance. You do not earn it by doing more. You receive it by trusting deeper. The first angel has come to remind you of that truth, that real strength begins when striving ends. Chosen one, as this peace begins to fill your life, understand that it's not just for you. When others come near, they will feel it too. You will become an atmosphere of calm in a world addicted to noise. This is the weight of glory, not something heavy to carry, but something holy to release, too. And if this message resonates, if you feel that quiet stirring inside, that sense of calm wrapping around you even now, acknowledge it. Heaven is confirming that the angel of peace has arrived. Type the number 999 in the comments below as a prophetic sign of divine completion. The number 999 carries heaven's message that the old season has fully closed, that every unfinished chapter has reached its holy end. It symbolizes fullness. What once was broken now finds closure, and what was lost now finds peace. When you write it, you are declaring, "It is finished, and I am at rest." The weight you carried is lifting. The stillness you feel is not silence, it is strength. peace has found you. Chosen one. Now the second angel moves. His steps are like sparks upon the ground, and wherever he walks, something dormant awakens. His presence does not whisper. It roars softly with divine urgency. He carries fire, not a consuming fire of destruction, but a refining one. The kind that reveals gold hidden beneath years of dust. When he stands beside you, the atmosphere shifts. What once felt impossible begins to stir with possibility. You have known the angel of peace who brought calm after the storm. But now comes the angel of fire who brings awakening after stillness. His purpose is to awaken what has slept within you, the gifts you buried, the callings you postponed, the dreams you dismissed as too impossible or too late. This angel has come to fan the flame of your spirit until it burns with holy clarity again. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 6. Fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you. Those ancient words are alive right now. They were spoken for moments like this, when divine fire is ready to touch surrendered hearts. You see, chosen one. Heaven's fire doesn't destroy, it distinguishes, and it separates what is temporary from what is eternal. It removes the unnecessary so that your purpose can shine without obstruction. This angel does not come to make your life comfortable. He comes to make it meaningful. He will not let you hide behind fear or false humility anymore. The fire he carries burns away excuses, distractions, and doubt until only faith remains. You may begin to feel this fire as passion returning to places in your soul that once felt lifeless. You will start remembering promises you had buried under disappointment. You will feel a new hunger for truth, a sharper sensitivity to the voice of God. That is the work of the angel of fire. He reignites what heaven planted long ago. Do not fear the heat. It will not destroy you, it will define you. This fire is not punishment, it is purification. Like gold in the furnace, you are being refined so that the reflection of the Creator shines through you. The angel will not leave until the flame inside of you burns brighter than the flames around you. In this season, you will notice boldness rising within you, words flowing that once stuck in your throat, ideas forming that carry divine breath. You will find yourself saying things you never had the courage to speak, doing things you never thought possible. That is heaven's fire taking command. You will not burn out, because this flame does not feed on effort, it feeds on obedience. Chosen one, this second angel does not move ahead of you or behind you. He moves within you. Every time you worship, his flame strengthens. Every time you forgive, his light expands. Every time you choose faith over fear, his fire deepens. The world will see a different glow about you, not the light of ambition, but the radiance of surrender. Let the fire come. Let it sweep through every corner of your heart and chase away the shadows. You were never meant to live dimly. You were born to burn brightly for something eternal. And now, heaven's flame has found its home in you. The peace that steadied you has become the foundation for this holy ignition. The fire that refines you will become the power that propels you. Together, they complete the awakening of a chosen one. Chosen one, when fire meets peace. The journey does not end, it deepens. You have received calmness to anchor your heart and flame to awaken your calling. But now heaven leads you into the testing grounds. It is here that the two angels do their most sacred work. They do not shield you from every difficulty. Instead, they guide you through each one so your spirit may be refined. Divine testing is not a punishment, it is proof that heaven trusts what has been planted within you. Every chosen one must walk through seasons where promises seem delayed, where prayers feel unanswered, and where faith is stretched like never before. But this is where strength grows. It is in the waiting that courage matures. It is in the struggle that power is perfected. You cannot be crowned without first carrying the cross of endurance. The testing grounds are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal you, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the letter of James, chapter 1, verse 3. The testing of your faith produces perseverance. This truth does not just apply to saints of the past. It is the living rhythm of every soul chosen for divine purpose. Your trials are not random, they are rehearsals for your victory. In this sacred place of testing, the first angel of peace stands beside you, calming your mind so that panic does not cloud your discernment. The second angel of fire stands behind you, urging you forward when fear tempts you to turn back. Together, they keep you balanced, one whispering, "Be still," the other declaring, "Move now." Heaven uses both to train your obedience. You may face moments that seem to press you beyond your limits. Doors may close, people may misunderstand you, and opportunities you thought were certain may slip away. But understand this: heaven is not withholding. Heaven is filtering. The testing grounds strip away what cannot stand with you in the next dimension. The weight of your destiny requires clean hands and a steady heart. Every disappointment is a refinement, every loss a purification. Chosen one, remember the desert is not absence, it is alignment. God often leads his chosen ones into wilderness so they can unlearn the noise of the world and relearn the whisper of heaven. In the silence of testing, your faith stops being theory and becomes testimony. You discover that what you believed about God is true even when everything else contradicts it. You will emerge from this season sharper, lighter, and surer of who you are. The angels are not measuring how perfect you are in the process, they are watching how consistent you remain. Even when you doubt, even when you stumble, every step forward is a declaration that faith still lives within you. So when the ground shakes, do not retreat. Stand firm. Lift your eyes beyond the trial and see what heaven is shaping through it. The very heat that tests you is the same fire that will forge your authority. You are being built into someone unshakable, someone the darkness cannot intimidate. These testing grounds are sacred training fields where your peace is strengthened, your fire purified, and your faith anchored. When you pass through them, you will not only believe in God's power, you will embody it. Chosen one, endure the process. The angels have not left. Heaven is watching. Every test carries treasure. Every trial hides triumph. What you learn here will become the foundation upon which your destiny stands forever. Chosen one, the heavens are watching with joy. The testing has not broken you, it has refined you. The angels that walked beside you through fire now rise in silent applause. Every time you refused to quit, the sound of your perseverance echoed through eternity. The hosts of heaven celebrate not because the battle is over, but because you chose faith in the midst of it. That sound, the sound of endurance, is the music of heaven. There are moments unseen by human eyes when all of heaven leans close to listen. When your heart whispered prayers with trembling lips, heaven recorded every word. When you lifted your head after another wave of pain, the angels shouted your name in triumph. You did not realize it then, but your endurance became worship. Every "I'll still believe" was a melody that filled the throne room. We find in the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 20, "Rejoice that your names are written in heaven." Those words are alive tonight. Heaven rejoices not because you never stumbled but because you stood again. Your endurance has written your name in light upon eternal pages. Chosen one. This applause is not metaphorical, it is spiritual resonance. The angels who guarded you now rejoice with you. They remember the nights you could barely breathe, the days you almost surrendered, and yet, You held your ground. They clapped their hands not for your perfection but for your persistence. Heaven always honors the one who stays when it would be easier to walk away. This is the echo of heaven's applause, the moment when invisible victories become heavenly songs. Do you feel that warmth rising in your chest right now? That is heaven's recognition settling on you like sunlight through clouds. It is not pride, it is divine acknowledgement. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not insignificant. You are known in the highest realms as the one who kept believing. The peace angel stands beside you, radiant and calm, whispering reminders of your strength. The fire angel burns behind you, declaring that your light cannot be extinguished. Together they form a crown of glory around your soul. Heaven itself bears witness you did not fail, you endured. Chosen one. This season marks a turning point. You are no longer just surviving battles, you are shifting atmospheres. Your faith now carries authority. When you speak, heaven listens. When you move, light follows. The same endurance that once sustained you will now sustain others through your words, your presence, your faith. You have become a living testimony. Look at your hands. Symbolic and steady, they carry invisible scars, proof that you fought well. Look at your heart, it beats with resilience, refined and renewed. Everything about you now carries the fragrance of perseverance. That is why heaven celebrates. That is why the angels sing. Chosen one. If this word stirs your spirit, if you can sense that invisible applause around you, take a moment to agree with heaven. Type "I rise" in the comments below. These two words are not for others, they are for you. When you write them, you are echoing the celebration of heaven, declaring that your faith stands unbroken. I rise means I have endured and I still believe. Heaven hears, heaven rejoices, and as your words ascend, the angels echo them back. Yes, you rise, chosen one. Your journey has brought you to a new moment, one unlike any before. The testing ground has completed its work, and now heaven places something upon your shoulders, a new mantle. It is invisible to human eyes, yet it carries divine authority that the spirit world recognizes instantly. You may not feel stronger, but everything around you begins to respond differently. Where there was resistance, there will now be recognition. Where there was confusion, there will now be clarity. The mantle is not a reward, it is a responsibility. It means you have graduated from merely enduring to embodying. Heaven has measured your faith and found it faithful. The angels who walked with you through silence, fire, and testing now place this covering over you like a robe woven from light itself. It carries peace, fire, and authority, the full signature of heaven's trust. The apostle wrote to the Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 24, "Put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness." That is what this mantle represents, the new self that heaven has prepared in you. The old garments of shame, doubt, and unworthiness no longer fit. You have been reclothed in purpose. This moment is holy. You are standing beneath a spiritual waterfall, authority pouring over you like living light. You are not just carrying God's word, you are becoming it. The atmosphere around you recognizes the change even before you do. And if this message touches something deep within you, no, this is not coincidence, it is calling. You are part of a movement of light, and every ripple of obedience sends waves across the world. When you press like, imagine it as raising a torch, signaling to heaven the flame is alive in me. When you share, see it as casting seeds into the wind, each one landing in soil that may bloom hope in a stranger's soul. When you subscribe, think of it as walking into a temple built of light, choosing to return where your fire is guarded. And if your heart whispers to give, let it be sacred, not forced. Giving is like pouring oil onto a lamp, ensuring the flame never dies. It's a quiet way of saying, let this light continue for others, whether it's a donation, a prayer, or an act of kindness. Your generosity becomes part of heaven's circulation, God giving through you, not just to you. Think of it as placing a feather on an angel's wings, light, gentle but powerful enough to lift another message higher. Give, share, or simply love, only as your heart is led. The angels beside you bow slightly, for they know this moment's weight. You wear heaven's mantle now, and every act, whether to share, to speak, to give, ripples through creation like music from another realm. So if peace fills your chest, act only from gratitude. Like, share, subscribe, or give as you are led, not because you must, but because you can. Let love be the reason. Heaven's eyes are on you, radiant one, clothed in light. Walk gently in your new mantle, and let every action be worship. Chosen one, with the mantle of heaven resting upon your shoulders. The air around you begins to change. The more your light expands, the more the darkness begins to react. It is not personal. It is spiritual law. When divine fire rises, shadows tremble. Every elevation invites confrontation. But fear not. This is not a sign of failure. It is proof of progress. The war in the spirit is not new, but now you are fully awake within it. Darkness has studied you for years, waiting for weakness, looking for a moment of surrender. Yet now, when it approaches, it finds no entrance. The peace that guards your heart and the fire that fuels your spirit have become your armor. What once frightened you now flees from you. The two angels beside you have drawn their blades of light. They will not permit the enemy to touch what heaven has claimed. The ancient words in the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17 declare, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." This is not merely comfort, it is covenant. Weapons may form, but they will fail. Accusations may rise, but truth will silence them. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from it. The war you face now is not fought with fists or words, but with alignment. The enemy's greatest strategy is distraction, drawing your attention from heaven's instructions toward earthly noise. But you, chosen one, have learned the power of stillness. When you refuse to react, you disarm the darkness. When you stand firm in peace, you dismantle chaos. The first angel stands on your right, his wings stretched wide, radiating calm through the storm. Every time confusion approaches, he releases waves of peace that steady your steps. The second angel burns behind you, his flame forming a barrier no shadow can cross. Their presence does not remove opposition. It renders it powerless. Heaven's army is active even when you are silent. You may sense the tension between light and dark more clearly now, the heaviness in the air before breakthrough. The sudden resistance when you step into new obedience. That is not defeat. It is confirmation that your presence disturbs what once felt comfortable in darkness. Your obedience is a weapon sharper than any blade. Your faith a light that exposes deception wherever it hides. Remember this, the enemy cannot touch what is surrendered. Every place you give fully to God becomes territory he cannot invade. The safest place is total obedience. That is why the warfare intensifies when you are close to breakthrough. The darkness fears what your next yes will unlock. Chosen one, you were not called to hide from the battle. You were called to stand in it, glowing like a living flame. The angels beside you do not see weakness, they see glory. Every attack is just a rehearsal for victory. Every confrontation another opportunity for heaven to demonstrate its strength through you. When you walk through conflict, carry peace as your shield and truth as your sword. Speak softly, but stand firmly. You are not a victim of spiritual war, you are a vessel of divine authority. Every moment of resistance is being turned into evidence that heaven reigns. The war in the spirit is not your end, it is your proving ground. From this place you will rise stronger, steadier, and brighter. The battle that once terrified you will become your testimony. And when the dust settles, you will not just have survived, you will have conquered. Chosen one, the battle has settled, and what remains is stillness. Heaven has seen your endurance, your unwavering faith in the fire, and now calls you into a new alignment, a deeper synchronization between your will and God's design. You have fought well, but now the command is different. It is not stand or fight. It is listen. You are entering the realm of prophetic alignment, where obedience is not occasional but continual, where you move not by impulse but by instruction. This stage of the journey is not about striving. It is about flowing. It is about walking in rhythm with the heartbeat of heaven, hearing not only what God says but also when He says it. Alignment is not agreement. It is surrender. When your will bows fully before His, heaven's plans begin to move through you effortlessly. The prophet Habakkuk wrote in his scroll, chapter 2, verse 2, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run who reads it." These words are not ancient suggestions, they are divine blueprints. Heaven is instructing you to write, to declare, to capture what has been whispered in your spirit before the world distracts you from it. Prophetic alignment begins with clarity, writing what heaven is speaking so that you may walk in it with confidence. Chosen one, the same angels that guarded you through war now step into formation. They stand at your side as recorders and witnesses, ready to carry your obedience into manifestation. Every decision made in alignment echoes through unseen realms. Every yes written on your heart becomes a command that heaven enforces. This is why distractions increase in this season. They are not random. They are attempts to pull you out of rhythm. The enemy fears the moment you fully align because alignment multiplies authority. When your actions and heaven's timing meet perfectly, miracles move naturally. You won't need to chase blessings, they will locate you. Chosen one, heaven is fine-tuning your spirit. The pauses, the nudges, the sudden peace after prayer, these are divine cues. Learn to move when heaven moves and to wait when heaven waits. Every delay is direction. Every silence is guidance. Prophetic alignment turns frustration into understanding. Begin to pay attention to patterns, numbers, times, confirmations that repeat. They are not coincidences, they are divine reminders that you are in sync. When your heart beats with heaven's rhythm, confusion loses its voice. Your life becomes a melody only heaven can compose, and everything you do begins to carry prophetic weight. This is the season to document. Write dreams, impressions, ideas that flicker in your mind. They are not random thoughts. They are keys to doors yet unopened. Heaven often hides revelation in simplicity, trusting only the attentive to notice. The angels at your side record your obedience like sacred ink upon eternal parchment. And now, chosen one, if you feel that inner stirring, the awareness that something in you has begun to align, acknowledge it. Type the number 777 in the comments below. The number 777 is heaven's symbol of divine perfection and prophetic completion. It means the plan is unfolding exactly as ordained. When you write it, you declare, "I align with heaven's will. I trust the process." Let these numbers be more than symbols. Let them be your agreement with heaven. Alignment is not forced. It is chosen. You are stepping into harmony with divine purpose, and heaven is responding in kind. Chosen one, when alignment is established, breaking must follow. Every season of divine order begins with separation. The light cannot rise without first commanding the darkness to part. And so heaven now leads you into a holy confrontation not with people, but with patterns. The things that once defined you are being called to release their hold. This is not cruelty, it is freedom's final act. The breaking of old chains is not a moment of violence. It is the sound of destiny unbinding itself from limitation. You may feel pressure in this season, a kind of invisible tension tugging at your soul. Do not fear it. That is heaven's hand pulling you out of what no longer fits. Every chain, fear, doubt, shame, betrayal is being snapped one by one. You are not losing stability, you are regaining it. Heaven never breaks without the intent to rebuild. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 34, verse 17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. This deliverance is not distant, it is now. God is not ignoring the noise of your breaking. He is orchestrating it. The sound of chains falling is music to heaven's ears. Chosen one. Think of your soul as a house filled with rooms. Some doors have been locked for years, rooms filled with memories, pain, and silent vows you made in moments of hurt. But now the light of heaven moves from room to room, unlocking what was hidden, clearing out what was toxic. You may feel the sting of release, but it is a holy pain, the ache that comes from chains being torn away from flesh that has grown used to wearing them. This process is not about punishment, it is about purity. God cannot pour new oil into vessels still holding poison. The breaking is the cleansing before the outpouring. Every attachment to fear, every secret resentment, every habit born from pain, they are dissolving now. The angels that walk with you are not only protectors, they are surgeons, cutting away what would hinder your destiny. It is common in this season to feel lonely, misunderstood, even disoriented. You are being separated not from people, but from patterns. The atmosphere that once felt comfortable now feels heavy because you no longer belong to it. Heaven has upgraded your frequency. Old connections that refuse growth cannot comprehend your transformation. Love them, but do not stay trapped by their expectations. Chosen one, freedom always costs something. It demands that you let go of the familiar to embrace the divine unknown. But what awaits you on the other side of surrender is peace so deep it will silence every storm that ever haunted you. The chains you shed will become testimonies that empower others to break theirs. Your deliverance is contagious. The breaking is not the end. It is the turning of a page. What once held you captive is now behind you, powerless to reach across the threshold of your new season. You will look back soon and realize the pain was necessary. The tears were cleansing, and the silence was sacred. Chosen one, step forward. Don't look for the chains, they are gone. Don't search for the prison door, it's already open. Heaven has declared your freedom complete, and the earth is about to echo that truth through every part of your life. Chosen one, the breaking of chains has left the air clear around you. You stand lighter now, freer, and your spirit is more sensitive to the pull of divine direction. This is the hour when the angels lead you to the river of assignment, the place where destiny and obedience finally meet. It is not a physical location, but a spiritual current flowing through your life. Those who drink from it begin to move in rhythm with heaven's purposes, doing not what they wish, but what they were born for. Every chosen one must find this river. It does not shout. It hums beneath the noise of life, calling quietly to those who have ears to hear. It is the river that carried Moses through the reeds, Elijah into the wilderness, and Jesus into his ministry. You too are being drawn toward it. for you cannot fulfill heaven's design without flowing where heaven moves, according to what is revealed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. These words are your compass now. Heaven's waters do not drown, they direct. They move you away from the dry lands of self-will into the living flow of divine purpose. Chosen one, your assignment is not something you choose. It is something that recognizes you. It finds you when you are ready. You may begin to feel drawn to certain people, ideas, or causes that ignite compassion or conviction within you. Do not dismiss those stirrings. They are the river's current pulling you where you belong. The two angels beside you walk along its banks, ensuring that distractions do not divert you from its path. The river of assignment does not flow in straight lines. It winds through trials, turns through delays, and deepens through surrender. You cannot force its direction. You must trust its course. There will be moments where you feel lost, unsure of what step to take. But listen closely, the current always speaks. You will sense peace in the right direction and restlessness when you step out of alignment. This is how heaven guides without words. You are not called to build your own kingdom, but to serve in His. Your role may not look grand in human eyes, but in heaven's view, obedience is greatness. Some are called to speak, others to heal, some to create, some to intercede in silence. Each stream joins the same river, all flowing toward the ocean of God's glory. Do not compare your path to another's. Rivers have different depths, but the same source. The angel of peace will teach you to remain steady in your lane. The angel of fire will urge you forward when fear tempts you to stand still. Together, they ensure that you never drift away from your divine course. Chosen one, when you surrender fully to this river, you will notice how effortless movement becomes. Doors open without striving, opportunities align without manipulation, and what once felt heavy now feels holy. That is the sign you are flowing with heaven. There will still be challenges, but you will face them from a place of grace, not struggle. For when you walk in your assignment, even resistance becomes rhythm. The current may carry you places you never planned, but everywhere it flows, life follows. This is your season to step into the river, to stop observing and begin participating. The water is rising, and heaven is waiting for your next step. The river of assignment is calling your name. Step in and let destiny carry you. Chosen one, the river has carried you far. You have passed through silence, through fire, through breaking, and through release. And now, the current slows not to end your journey, but to crown it. You have become what heaven always saw in you, a torchbearer. You are no longer the one waiting for light. You are the one who carries it. The two angels who once walked ahead of you now walk behind, for you have become the flame they once guarded. Your very presence disrupts darkness. When you enter a room, confusion loosens its grip. You speak, and heavy hearts remember hope again. This is not pride, it is purpose. Heaven designed you to shine, not to be seen, but to guide. The light in you was never meant to be hidden under shame or fear. It was meant to spill into the streets of the world, quietly setting hearts on fire. The voice of Jesus declares in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. You, chosen one, are that hilltop flame, visible to souls wandering in their night seasons. The angels look on with reverence, for your obedience has become illumination. Now, as heaven commissions you to shine, remember that light grows stronger when shared. When you press like Imagine it as breathing gently upon a candle's flame, helping it grow taller and warmer. Each touch of agreement becomes oxygen for the message. When you share this word, picture yourself carrying a lantern through the fog, offering it to someone still searching for the path. You are not promoting a message. You are passing a torch. When you comment your reflection or prayer, it's like carving your name onto a tree of testimony, proof that you stood here, that this light reached you. Those words remain as markers, guiding others who will one day walk this same path. And if your heart whispers to subscribe, see it not as joining a list, but as returning to a fire circle, a gathering of souls who carry warmth for one another. Every new flame keeps the circle bright. Every returning heart keeps the embers alive. Let us speak softly now of giving, an act too sacred to rush. When you give, think of it as pouring oil into the lamp of this ministry. Each drop fuels another flame, another soul who needs light. It is not obligation, it is participation. You become a keeper of the fire, whether you give through words, support, or prayer. Every offering extends the light farther into the night. Imagine your donation as the river reflecting your flame light meeting water. Generosity meeting purpose. It is never about the amount. It is about the heart that offers it. Giving is simply saying, I want this light to reach one more soul. Chosen one. Heaven does not measure generosity by numbers, but by love. Whatever you do, like, share, write, subscribe, or give, let it come from a place of joy. Do it only if your spirit feels the warmth in it. Each act, no matter how small, becomes a prayer in motion, a ripple of light that reaches farther than you can see. You are no longer just a receiver of messages, you are now the message itself. Shine gently, move boldly. Let your life say what words cannot. And as the angels lift their wings behind you, the heavens whisper the torchbearer has risen. What began within you as a quiet stirring has now become a current moving beyond you. Chosen one. You can sense it, something larger than your own story is unfolding. Your obedience was never meant to end at personal healing. Heaven has always intended your transformation to ripple outward, touching lives you may never meet, shaping moments you may never witness. This is how awakening truly works. It starts small, hidden, almost invisible, then moves like light through cracks in the world. You once believed your journey was solitary, that the pain and growth belonged only to you. But now you understand that heaven rarely works in isolation. When one heart turns fully toward the light, others begin to feel the warmth. Your healing has become a signal. Your endurance has become permission for others to keep going. Without realizing it, you have been lighting paths simply by walking yours. There is a divine economy at work. Nothing surrendered is wasted. Every lesson you learned in silence is now wisdom that travels. Every tear you shed has watered ground far beyond your own life. The Spirit moves through ordinary moments, through conversations that seem casual, through kindness that appears small, yet each one carries unseen weight. This is how nations begin to shift, not through force, but through quiet alignment of hearts. As recorded in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. That rising is not spectacle, it is influence. You don't have to announce it. Light doesn't argue for its existence, it simply shows up, and darkness adjusts. You have become that kind of presence. When you choose truth, courage rises in others. When you choose mercy, walls soften. When you walk in peace, chaos loses its authority. You may never see the full reach of what your life now carries. Some seeds take generations to bloom, but heaven sees the pattern forming, connections awakening. hearts aligning, courage multiplying. What once felt like survival training is now equipping you to stand steady while others find their footing. There will be moments when you feel the weight of this, when you sense responsibility without clear instructions. Remember this: you are not asked to carry the world, only to remain faithful to the light you've been given. Awakening is not about perfection, it's about availability. The Spirit does the work, you simply stay open. You will notice that people begin to respond to you differently. Some will feel drawn without knowing why. Others may resist, unsettled by a light they are not ready to face. Neither reaction is your burden. Your task is not to convince, only to remain aligned. Light does not chase darkness, it outlasts it. This awakening will not always look dramatic. Often it will feel quiet, almost ordinary. It will look like patience where anger once lived, courage where fear once ruled, hope where despair once settled. These are the signs that something eternal is moving through time. Chosen one, you are part of something vast and unfolding. The awakening does not depend on your strength alone, it flows through your surrender. Heaven is using your life as a living thread in a much larger tapestry, one that stretches across places and generations. You may never hear applause, but heaven listens closely. Every step you take in faith sends a sign. Everything grows quiet here. Chosen one, not because the journey has ended, but because you have arrived at understanding. This is the stillness that follows alignment, when striving fades and clarity settles in your bones. You are no longer searching for meaning, you are standing inside it. What once felt distant, abstract, or unreachable now feels familiar, almost like home. You look back and see the pattern at last. The detours were not mistake. The waiting was not neglect. The pain was not cruelty. It was all shaping, slow, intentional, precise. Heaven was teaching you how to carry weight without losing softness, how to hold truth without pride, how to walk with purpose without force. You were being trained not just to survive, but to remain whole. As written in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 5, "Behold, I am making all things new." That newness is not loud. It doesn't erase your past or deny what you endured. Instead, it redeems it. The memories that once hurt now instruct. The wounds that once defined you now inform your compassion. You are not healed by forgetting, you are healed by understanding what the pain produced. You no longer measure yourself by what you lack. You no longer compare your path to anyone else's timeline. You have learned that becoming takes time, and that depth is formed slowly. The urgency that once drove you has been replaced by discernment. You move now with intention, not anxiety. There is a steadiness in you that wasn't there before. It shows in how you listen, how you pause, how you choose your words. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself to be valid. Silence has become a language you trust. You understand now that not everything sacred needs to be spoken. Some things are carried. This is where identity settles. You are not defined by what you produce or how others perceive you. You are defined by alignment, by the quiet agreement between your spirit and truth. That agreement gives you rest. It allows you to stand without performing, to love without losing yourself, to lead without controlling outcomes. You may notice that fear no longer has the same voice it once did. It still appears, but it no longer commands. You have learned how to observe it without obeying it. Faith has become less about certainty and more about trust that you are guided even when the path is not fully visible. This is maturity of the soul, not perfection but coherence. The inner and outer no longer fight each other. What you believe and how you live are beginning to speak the same language. That harmony is rare, and it is powerful. You are not finished. Growth continues, but now it happens from a place of grounding rather than desperation. You are rooted. And because you are rooted, you are free to keep becoming without losing yourself along the way. Heaven does not rush you forward from here. It walks with you, step by step, breath by breath, not to impress the world, but to remain true. This is the final gift of the journey, not arrival, but integration. You carry what you've learned not as weight, but as wisdom. And wherever you go from here, you go whole. And now, chosen one, you arrive at the soft landing. Not an ending, but a resting place where the soul exhales. You have walked through layers of awakening, through truth that pressed and light that healed. What remains now is not urgency, but resonance. Let this message settle the way warmth settles into your hands after a long night in the cold. If something in these words stayed with you, if a sentence lingered, if a breath slowed, if a quiet yes formed inside, honor that moment. Gratitude does not need to be loud. Sometimes it is as simple as a small gesture that says, "I was here, and I received." A gentle light can be that gesture, a silent nod of acknowledgement, like placing a stone on an altar after prayer. And if you sense that this light was never meant to stop with you, let it travel. Sharing this message is like opening a window in a dark room, not forcing light, just allowing it to reach whoever is ready. Somewhere, someone is standing where you once stood, needing the same reminder. If you feel drawn to remain near this space, subscribing is not a contract, but a choice of proximity, a way of saying you want to keep walking alongside reflections like this. At your own pace, in your own time. You may also feel moved to support this work more tangibly. If so, giving is simply another form of participation, like adding oil to a lamp so it can keep burning for others. There is no pressure here, only invitation. What you offer, if you choose to offer, becomes part of the quiet exchange that allows this space to remain open and available. And if words rise within you, leave a comment not for visibility, but as a marker of presence, a way of saying, "I was touched, and I am still here." Carry this moment gently as you go. Move slowly back into your day. The light you felt is not temporary. It travels with you.